Hello, hello, hello. This is the Curious Crow podcast, episode 7. I'm Chris Borden.
And I'm Martin Willingham.
And today we've got some great stuff to come on the way, including why you may have missed our last podcast episode.
Yes.
Because it's been flagged by YouTube. Southwest Trains upgrading Martin's PC. I took a trip to Planet Hollywood in London. GT Sport without microtransactions. Game of Thrones hackers threaten to release things.
Yeah.
Rewiring is a bitch, apparently. Trying to do streams.
My goodness, sorry, mouthful of tea.
It's alright. Trying to do streams, Brighton Pride, and a mechanical keyboard. And then we've also got a bit of Overwatch, as we do every single week, because that is what we do. Kerbal Space Program, which I've been playing, and the Fire 7 tablet, and how Martin has been abusing it. And the reason I've opened it, and the reason I've been I'm opening this week is because we're doing it in a different location for once.
Yes.
We're doing it in my house.
Yes.
And it's great. I'm quite happy. I'm sat at a big table. It was good. I've got a cup of tea with me.
This is nice. We're facing each other.
Isn't it?
You've
got a stand.
This is like proper radio.
Yeah, you've got a stand.
Yeah. Do you know what's really nice, though, is because obviously I can't do it in my house for whatever reason this week. We won't go into that. But I can't do it at my house. So I said to Chris, can we do it at yours? And he was like, yeah, sure. And the great thing is all this gear is portable.
Yeah, exactly.
If anyone's ever wondering, by the way, what we use for this, we use Adobe Audition CC on a 2012 MacBook with a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface. Chris is using a SM58 legendary microphone. I'm using a Bear Dynamic, what's it called? It's called the Opus 29S. There you go. And we're using 2X LUT cables from Tom, and I'm wearing a pair of DC100 broadcast headphones, and you're wearing a pair of Sennheiser 201s, HD 201s.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yes, HD 201s.
Oh, see, man knows his stuff.
I used to work with them all the time. So yeah, we're at your house, and it's lovely to be here. Thank you for hosting us this week.
Oh, my pleasure, mate. Well, let's crack on anyway, because obviously, if you're listening this week, you may have noticed that you haven't been able to listen to the 6th episode. There is a good reason for that, isn't there, Martin?
So I went on the YouTube channel
old man Martin. I went on the YouTube.
Oh, I went on the internet one day. I went on the YouTube channel for Curious Crow, and I thought to myself, okay, well, we're going to be uploading this episode, so I make sure everything's fine. Because we sort of leave it to do its own thing. We do at least one upload a week.
Yeah, minimum,
and it's always the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So I went to make sure everything was fine. Turns out episode 6, which is basically we were talking about Doomfist,
a character from Overwatch.
We were talking about Spider-Man, which turned into Spooderman.
Yes.
So you can see what the episode title might have been. It also didn't go up on SoundCloud, and that's because I forgot.
Yeah. You're only human, mate.
You can't schedule stuff on SoundCloud. But this episode will be here. We named it something obscene, and it also means that I was having some fun earlier, in games today, trying to stream. I thought, I'll stream Overwatch.
Yeah.
Or I'll stream whatever. There's a guy on YouTube, actually, a guy called Jimmy Broadbent. Go and look him up. He is doing a stream of Gran Turismo 3. He's doing a 100% playthrough, and it's really cool. And he's got really interesting goals, like to raise money.
That's cool.
he's bought a GTX 1080 Ti to do VR racing sims, and he's done he's turboing his Master MX-5 and stuff like that. It's a really cool channel. Do check him out. I think he's nearly done. He's on 93 point something %. Oh
wow!
He's live as we record this.
That's
so
cool.
I'm missing it. But what was I going to say? Yes. So because of that, we're not allowed to stream until 11th of November of this year. So expect to see a Curious Crow Twitch channel coming soon.
Yes, most definitely.
I can't. We'll talk about the streaming thing quickly.
Yeah,
we may as well.
Might as well.
So we did No Mercy.
Indeed, we did.
Anyone who called it, we're trying to upload bits of it, but it's causing me an absolute nightmare.
It's not being funny, mate. 24 hours worth of game footage and us.
Yes,
basically.
There are some little edits here and there that do need to be made. But basically, I plugged all this sort of half the same gear in.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't playing ball.
Really?
Like sometimes it'd have just the sound of the capture card and not the mic, or sometimes it'd have just the mic and not the capture card.
Okay.
I just couldn't get the PC or the Mac, which we're using for this, to play ball. I just couldn't get it to play ball. So I am working on it.
That's interesting.
We do intend on doing some streaming. I don't know what it is. We both use the AvaMedia LGP Lite.
Yes.
And I just think for streaming, it's not a great capture card. I have to say that I might have to invest in an Elgato or something.
Oh, do you
which
think?
Is not something. No, I don't want to do that because I've already paid for my LGP. I paid for 2 actually, but we'll gloss over that.
Yes.
I thought I'd lost it. I couldn't find it, so I bought another one and realised I had 2, and now you've got one.
Yes.
You benefited because you got it at a discount price.
Yes, I did.
Either way, so yeah, absolute nightmare. We can't stream to the 11th of November on YouTube anyway. I'd like to stream on YouTube because it would keep it all in one place.
It would, yeah.
Expect a Twitch channel soon.
But yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean,
I might have to register it.
Yeah, possibly. But do you know what, mate? This is the thing. Well, obviously this week we're going to keep things nice and clean.
Yes,
and we're going to do it that way. But moving swiftly on from that,
Mm.
obviously over the weekend, just gone, we both had some different experiences, didn't we?
On are you talking about the being a child of the railway?
Yes, I
Right, yes.
a child of the.
I'm not one of the railway children, just
yeah.
hanging around stations.
Pretty
No,
much.
that's not true.
Well, obviously, because you went down to Brighton, which you'll be talking about in a bit.
Yes.
And I went up to London yet again to see the missus. And do you know what?
See T-Dog.
Indeed.
Hello, T-Dog. I know she listens.
Yeah, she does, bless her. How she can listen to us for an hour, I have no idea.
I struggle and I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. You and me both. I guess. Well, that's the thing. Obviously, Southwest Trains, which is the train service that the majority of us in the South have to use, or this part of the South we have to use.
Yeah, and if I just put a quick disclaimer in at this point.
Yes.
On the whole, they're all right, actually. Yeah. I can't really complain about them too much because I used to have to deal with Chiltern Railways. So
well, exactly.
Yeah, and I've also had to deal with Southern as well.
Well, this is the thing, because obviously anyone who knows what's going on between Southwest Trains and London Waterloo at the moment knows that fact of the matter is it's all gone to hell.
It's a clusterfudge.
Yes, of course it is.
I think it's because they're doing everything all at once.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Which is never going to work.
Well,
what they're actually doing, I think one of the things they're doing is they're turning the old Eurostar platforms into normal train platforms, which makes sense because the Eurostar platforms have sat there abandoned for years.
Rotting away.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, I think it's fair to say that anyone who works at Waterloo or at any of the stations between where I am, before where I am, before Waterloo in general.
Yeah.
They're only doing their jobs. They're not there to try and make our lives difficult. In fact, they're trying to make our lives better.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing to do with what's going on.
Yeah, it was never their decision, was it?
Exactly. But the thing is that I've noticed that obviously trains make people cranky anyway. I'm fully aware of this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me, when I got on the train on Saturday, which is a busy day anyway for any train station, especially to London, what I found, actually, was that everyone was a hell of a lot more cranky.
Well, they were delayed, weren't they?
Well, my train was delayed by 90 minutes, so we missed 2 stations in between.
That's bad.
It is very bad.
Mm.
But what the reason I bring up the crankiness is simply because, obviously, I was stood, but I had my headphones on. I was having a merry old time. I was enjoying myself. And then, all of a sudden, from nowhere, every arse in the world decided to have a problem with me where I was stood, and I couldn't move anywhere because it was so packed. So the only thing that I can really say about Southwest Trains at the moment, and anyone who gets them who has to go to work or they're going on a holiday up there or whatever, just be nice to each other for the love of God, please.
It's easy, isn't it?
It is. It's not hard to be pleasant to one another, especially when you're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Let's put it like that. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll talk about what I had to do because it's frankly crazy. It's bananas. What Hannah and I, our friend Hannah and I, had to do on Saturday is nuts.
Yeah,
nuts.
It's a bit of a pain, isn't it?
Yes, quite.
But what can you do? But you've been upgrading your PC, haven't you?
I have. So I've got a PC which I call the POS PC.
Yes.
It's actually on the network. It's called White. I've got White, Red, and Server. They live on the network.
See, because you've named your PCs, I've felt the need to name mine.
Well, I named your.
You named one of you named one of my PCs.
Look, we'll talk about your PC in a bit.
We'll do.
Because what I did was I had an AMD A4 processor with a crap graphics card. So I went on eBay, as you do, and I found a decent graphics card, a NVIDIA GTX 650 Ti. The goal of this thing was to make it play Overwatch. Yeah. So I put that in, popped it in the PC, and I found it was stuttery and jittery, and I was like, I know what this is. This is the AMD A4 dual-core processor hating life.
Yes.
So I dialed up the nearest CEX And I went online and I bought an AMD A8 processor.
Yes.
And I saw that was running Farmer, and I thought, well, I actually happened to get Chris a graphics card for Christmas.
Indeed.
So I figured, which is in December, I figured, if you didn't know, same time every year. And then I also thought, well, your birthday's close then. So I was like, why don't I give him to him now? Because at this point, I didn't know you'd become employed.
Yeah,
so I was thinking, well, he can make content for the channel if I give him that stuff to make a decent go of it.
Yeah.
So I got you an AMD A8 as well. I've got a black edition.
Oh.
I kept it because I was like, well, it's the AMD Black Edition. Obviously, it's the one I bought from the store nearby afterwards. So I was like, well, I bought one online. I was like, well, there's one in our nearest town.
Yeah.
I'll pop and get one. So I put it in. Oh, my God. The difference is unbelievable. It plays Overwatch better than the PS4 does. But I am a scrub.
You are a scrub.
I'm a total scrub. I was using a controller to play because keyboard and mouse. I'm not a keyboard and mouse guy. We'll talk about keyboards in a bit actually, but I'm not a keyboard and mouse guy. So I was playing with the controller, and for a while I was kicking ass. And this PC, obviously, it was never supposed to be for gaming, so it was never set up for it. So as the game finished and we dominated, I took that point solo, right? With Divas, I went in there, took the point solo.
Of course.
It was wicked. So I was obviously going to get player of the game, and just before player of the game came up, I went to sleep.
No.
So I never actually know
mate.
whether I got it. But yeah, so I upgraded it, and I thought to myself, okay, well, let's do the same thing for Chris. So Chris has now got an AMD Radeon 7 it's a 7770. That's what it's called.
That's the one.
7770. And another AMD A8 5600K.
Wood.
Overclockable if you fancy it. But the problem is your motherboard's not compatible.
No, the only problem that's what's part of my first paycheck will be going on.
You've got a Sempron, which is like pretty low down the pecking order. Now I'm just worried if your power supply is going to hack it.
Well, do you know
that's
what?
An EUA job.
Do you know what? We will find out if the Quail PC pulls through on that.
If not, we're going to have to spend another 30 quid on a power supply for it.
It's fine.
Corsair VS450 is what I'd say, because it's reasonably priced.
Do you know what? This is the thing, because obviously, as Martin said, he's named both his PCs. But obviously the
White,
PC...
red.
Yeah. Well,
server.
the PC that he built for me, he named Quail PC. Which is the sound that a quail makes.
Apparently, that's according to Google. I don't know if that's true or not.
We'll find out. We'll probably find out later. You never know. I might even do a video on it. And I'll go about pretending to be a quail for a day. But it got me thinking, because obviously I hate having to refer to them by their names, like their official names of what brand and what.
Because the thing with the Quail is because it's built by me, it's got no name.
Exactly.
So when I was installing Windows, I just went, I'm just going to call it Quail PC.
Yeah, exactly. But because you've done that, and because I thought, right, to differentiate between the two that I've got, I'm going to have to name the other one. What can I name it? And I thought, okay, well, let's stick with the bird theme. So I've named my other PC Robin.
But I have noticed that on the network you haven't renamed it, because I'm on your network now and it's called Desktop 6
Yes,
something.
I haven't managed to rename it yet.
Get on it, mate.
Yeah, we'll do.
But
yeah. So basically, PC upgrades for the win.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of time really before we get yours sorted out.
Definitely, and I just had to wave to my father because he's just
hello, Mr. Borden,
trying to slink through the.
We've turned your dining. Is this your dining room? It is
dining room. Yeah.
We've turned your dining room into a radio studio. Are you okay with that? He's fine with that. That's good.
Oh, that's good.
My girlfriend's not so happy when I do the same thing to my dining room.
Yes,
which is also my bedroom and my living room. But
exactly.
We'll
it's just all one room, isn't it?
We need to. I've said before. We need to rent a storage unit to do all this stuff
or something. We need to do something about it.
Shed. But, we're going to invade your dad's shed.
Oh God, I don't think you want to do that.
I don't know if
he'd kill us. I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah,
but to be fair, moving on swiftly,
if we may.
Indeed, we are. Do you know what? I got treated really well on Saturday. I'm going back to Saturday because that was my weekend. Was
we're
really
going back to
interesting.
Saturday again in a bit.
Yeah.
What happened on Saturday? It turns out.
Well, do you know what? Saturday was a really good day because obviously got to go up to London, got to see my girlfriend, and then T-Dog, and then she treated me.
Oh, she's nice.
She does me a solid every time I go and see her. She's a beautiful human being.
You're obliged to say that as well.
I'm not obliged to say that at all. She knows I tell it like it is. But do you know where she took me?
Well, I actually do know where she took you, but just for the sake of hamming it up.
You ruin it every week.
Where did she take you?
She took me to Planet Hollywood London.
Very cool.
Which is really cool. The food there is great. Staff there really friendly. And the memorabilia is fantastic. We walked in and obviously we were walking down the road towards it and she went, have you guessed where we're going yet? And obviously I went, no, I've not got a bloody clue.
Where it is, it could have been TGI Fridays. It could have been the Yates under Capitol. Which
it could have been the Costa on the corner. For all I knew.
I think the Yates under Capitol is now a TGI Fridays.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Lord. Okay.
I had a date in there once. We won't.
We won't breach that.
That was funny.
Yeah, I'm all right.
That was terrifying. Go on.
But we were walking down, and obviously, all of a sudden, then I saw Hollywood, and I thought. I actually looked at Tamara with childlike glee and went,
did you giggle like an anime schoolgirl?
I kind of did, yeah. Like the big eyes with the like diamonds in, like were just flashing. Notice me, senpai. And I
that's the best anime ever,
isn't it? But then it's the fact that I turned around to Tamara and went, you haven't. And she went, oh, I have. And I went, take me to Planet Hollywood. And she went, yeah. And I went, fanboy mode, completely engaged.
Enabled, yes.
And I was kind of like, I almost skipped there because I was so happy.
Yeah.
And we got sat down and everything. I was looking around. I was like, oh, look, there's Chewie's, there's Chewbacca's crossbow blaster. Oh, look up there. There's the mask from Phantom of the Opera. Oh, that's the grenade launcher from Terminator 2. And then I turned around. And up on the wall was my favourite thing.
Which was?
Gold Member's tracksuit from Austin Powers Gold Member. I was sat there and I went, I need a picture.
Did you go, solid gold?
No, I kind of sat there and went, yeah, Faja. Oh,
schmock and a pancake.
Schmock and a pancake.
Bong
Pipe
and
and a crip. Bong and a blitz. and I was sat there. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And obviously Tamara turned around and said to me, oh yeah, up the stairs and stuff. They've got like where they've got like celebrities' handprints.
Wow.
On the wall. And she said that when she went into the toilet and everything, they had the lips of some celebrities in tiles on the wall.
I've seen that, but it's very different before.
Stop it. We're keeping this clean.
Flagged. This is how we get flagged.
It is. Let's all do the flagged dance. But yeah, so honestly, if you get a chance to go to Planet Hollywood, go, because it's absolutely amazing. I love it in there. But we're going to move on now, because we're going to move on to GT Sport.
Just before you talk about that, Gold Member, Austin Powers Gold Member, released in 2003.
Oh, it feels so long ago now, doesn't it?
And it looks old. I'm not going to lie, you watch it,
it's not aged well,
is it? Not aged well.
But do you know what? The first Austin Powers has aged really well, which is in comparison to it, isn't it? It's so bizarre.
I think it's because the first one was smaller in scale, so they didn't have any CGI, they didn't have any relevant jokes. I mean,
most of it was all improv, wasn't it? At the end of the day,
all three of the films feature Burt Bacharach, which is very cool.
They do, yeah.
So you were talking about GT Sport. Yeah, I was reading an article.
I'm not going to talk about you because you are, because I have no interest in GT Sport.
It's only a quick mention. Gran Turismo Sport is coming. I've ordered the collector's edition because I just hate my money. I just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. I feel like it's evil and it needs to go.
It's fine if you want to impart it onto onto someone who's just as evil.
No, let me buy some undisclosed junk in a box. So I'm getting it. There are going to be no microtransactions in GT Sport.
Oh, really?
Hallelujah. I believe there were a couple of little ones in GT6, and there are loads in Forza. Forza's amazing, but that is one of my biggest bugbears. It's like, you want this car? Well, you have to pay this for it. And I'm like, no, I bought your game.
I already paid 60 quid for it. I don't want to have to pay for some more.
Give me the bloody Vauxhall Calibra Turbo, right? It's the least you can do. No one gives a crap about it in this world other than me. Give me
I'm sure
Calibra
other people have problems with Michael transactions. Micro.
Pay 50 pence for ow!
Because it's bad.
It's a quid for a Shimon. I can't believe that's the first Michael I thought of as well. Could have been Michael Flatley.
Could have been
Michael Fish.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Mate.
That's just the name Michael. I don't know where we go with that.
No, I don't know where you're going with it at all.
We go back to the future.
That was awful.
Yes, it was.
Do you know what? At least my segues, I try and be subtle with it, but
we're not segueing. We're carrying on with GT Sport.
It sounded like you would.
I just wanted to say it. So yeah, GT Sport, no microtransactions. I'm looking forward to it, but apparently, and I've seen a couple of videos on it, there isn't much of a campaign. It's more like the licenses that we all love, and I'd say that we all hate from the previous Gran Turismo thing. So it's like, I don't know. Now I feel about it, but I'm excited because a Gran Turismo game on the PlayStation 4, please, it's been way too long. We need another Gran Turismo game. And GT6 is fine, but it's on the PS3 and it's slow. It's got more loading times. It's just more added loading times. You have the running order. I don't. So
Indeed
what's next?
So what is next?
Stop sending Facebook messages.
Hey, I'm getting chatted because people are blowing me up. All right, people are blowing me up. I'm a popular man.
Yo.
But yeah, do you know what is next on the order?
Street.
Oh no, you don't, do you?
I can have a look, but audition might crash.
Yeah, let's not do that because we've already had a problem with that today.
Maybe we didn't start over twice.
Yeah, but that was because the second time I couldn't say
You
welcome to the
fluffed
Games. But yeah, Game of Thrones fans. Obviously, I think it was like a week ago, something like that, or a couple of weeks ago when I said about Game of Thrones spoilers. Obviously, massive pain in the bum for anyone who's a fan, but it could almost be ruined for a whole different reason. Because Game of Thrones stars' personal details leaked as HBO hackers demand ransom.
Wow.
And obviously this is a big thing at the moment.
Okay.
Hackers of US television network HBO have released personal phone numbers of Game of Thrones actors, emails and scripts in the latest dump of data stolen from the company, and are demanding a multi-million-dollar ransom to prevent the release of the whole TV shows and further emails.
Wow.
In a 5-minute video letter from somebody calling themselves Mr. Smith to HBO chief executive Paul Pleffer, I think that is this, the hackers told the company to pay with 3 days or they would put online the HBO shows and confidential corporate data they have stolen. And do you know what? I'm just looking through. The hackers demanded our 6-month salary in Bitcoin, claiming they earn 12 million to 15 million a year, and they're looking at this current point for 7 million to not release anything more.
This has happened before, hasn't it, with Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, it did.
And then they just released the episodes.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem to make any dent on it.
It didn't. Obviously, they're loyal fans, and obviously
they wanted to wait.
Yeah, obviously, I understand that there are some people that can't physically cannot wait for these things, like Game of Thrones episodes. But obviously, if you can pay for them, please do it, because it's obviously
on Sky Atlantic over here.
So
if you've got a Sky package, you get it for free anyway.
Exactly. I watched it at the weekend. I caught up with the first 3 episodes
on Sky Atlantic.
Yep, courtesy of my fantastic girlfriend.
Oh, she got Sky Go, has she?
Yeah, she got a Sky Go. Sky Atlantic is one of them, and it was great episodes. But obviously, if you're watching them online and stuff, it's just not worth it at the end of the day, because then people like these hackers and stuff, they exploit this.
Yeah.
They want to go, right, okay, people are trying to stream it online anyway. What if we just release it? But, and here's where we make our money. Instead of releasing it for free, we're going to blackmail the company who made the show. It's
a terrible thing.
It's awful.
Don't get me wrong. I can be the first person in the right circumstances. I'll be the first person to tear a company down. We know this.
Yes.
If a company does
first episode, mate.
Yeah. If a company does me wrong, I'll tear them up for it. Right?
Oh, you most definitely will. Yeah.
If they do me wrong, I'll hurt them. Break their legs. So yeah. But in this instance, over the years, I've changed. Okay. I used to be the first guy to go, oh, there's this thing, I'll download it through scrupulous or unscrupulous means.
Yes.
Now I'm like, you know what? It's worth paying for these things.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's worth waiting for these things. And it's worth it because when you get a bit older, especially if you work in television like I do, you realise that money goes into this. Real world money, people's time, people's creativity goes into everything that we use.
Exactly.
And if you don't pay for it, that is stealing a product. Okay. Yeah. Now, I understand there are certain circumstances where that can't happen. For instance, I really like watching Penn and Teller fool us. But the third series is not available in the UK at all. Second series is on Netflix, so obviously I watched it on Netflix.
Of course.
Third series, not available at all. Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah.
Another show I love to bits, but it's very America-centric, so they haven't brought it to the UK. I've had to watch that through means I didn't like, but... And I'll be honest about that, because my response is, well, yeah, if you make it available to me, then I'll watch it. Like, you let me watch it in a way that, even if you charge me for each episode on iTunes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll pay for it. But you realise how the time and money that goes into these things, and I don't think HBO deserve this.
No, they really don't, considering the fact that, coming from a creative point of view, which is something that we're both, capable of doing because that's the industry we've chosen.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, you could be ruining someone's livelihood for this.
Yeah,
and
people's phone numbers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not being funny, the idea of, people getting hold of my mobile number or my address or my email and just getting stuff either sent to me all the time or people waiting outside my house. I'm not famous. The chance of that happening is very slim. But do you know what? The idea of that exhausts me and terrifies me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much these actors, producers, people who just work on the show, who do all that stuff to make this thing a reality, and they imagine how waking up one morning, looking out your bedroom window, seeing queues of people,
and having people just ring your phone.
Yeah, constantly. Oh, could you come to my kid's birthday party? Why would I want to do that?
These poor people, the crew, the cast, even the executives.
Yeah.
Right. Let's boil this down. Any television or film, its purpose is to make money, right? Let's not shy away from
around the bush, no.
There's no problem with that, because money has allowed some of the most creative and some of the best talent in the world to flourish.
100%.
Tom Cruise is a good example.
Yes.
Whether you like him or not, there's no denying that he has a talent.
Yes.
Okay? Would he have got anywhere if he had had to have given that away for free? Absolutely not.
Exactly. Well, this is the other thing, again, coming from the creative point of view. Fact of the matter is that, yes, we've got music, we've got art, we've got books, comics, films, TV, radio, theatre,
podcasts even. This costs money to make.
Games. And do you know what? Do you know what the worst thing is?
Yeah.
Is that people go, oh, well, it's just performing, isn't it? You're not actually providing anything. But
we're not being funny. We're exchanging a service,
and we deserve to be paid for it.
There's a product there.
Of course there is. Not being funny, because look back in the day. Obviously, theatre was the way for people to escape. These days, it's films and television. And do you know what? Actors back in the day, they'd get paid. Yeah, not very much, obviously, but they get paid.
But fact
of the matter is that we provide a service. Some people don't value that. However, without that service, what would people be doing?
Yeah.
Bugger all.
And there's no tangible product, right? This is because, I've said before on this podcast, I make TV.
Yes.
I won't go any further than that, but I'm a director. I direct television, okay? So, with that, yes, there's no exchange of product. Like, I'm not selling a handbag.
No.
I'm not giving somebody... a material thing in exchange for money.
Exactly.
But what I am giving them is my time. I am not cheap to hire for a day because I need to do things. I need to live. I need to pay my bills the same as everyone else. I love it to bits, but I couldn't do it for free.
No.
And I think it's important that we remember that when we're in the context of people holding these companies ransom for doing nothing other than making a profit off of giving us something we want. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
That's how the world works.
It's the same with restaurants.
If you go into Tesco, right?
Yeah.
Or Morrison's, any supermarket, Game, CEX, New Look, whatever shop you want to go in, all they're doing is giving you something you might want in exchange for money. There's a bit of marketing in there. There's a bit of this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But that's their job. That's all they're doing. So to then hold a gun to their head and say, oi, if you don't give us this, we're going to reveal all of your secrets. Now, if the company's been doing something wrong, if the company's been doing something that's really dodgy, like, sweatshops or whatever, then sure, you can expose that because they shouldn't be doing it. There's a responsibility.
There's a line.
But if they're just doing their job, and let's be honest, Game of Thrones, it's so big that if there was anything unscrupulous going on, we'd know about it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It'd be revealed by some crew member or cast member.
Who wasn't happy, yeah.
Yeah, we'd know. So it seems to me that HBO have done nothing wrong. and they're getting punished because people can. And stealing people's data, even if people go, it's just data. It's real. It exists. It's a thing, and it's important, and
it's something that can affect other people.
It's valuable.
Yeah, it is valuable.
So there you go. That's just
That's fine.
An impassioned thing about that.
Do you know what? I'm glad we spoke about it, because I think obviously anyone who does listen to this, I'm fairly certain actually that 8, 9 of them people that would probably listen are probably a creative type.
Yeah.
I know that much.
And they'll feel us.
Exactly. I'm sure that some of them will agree.
If you don't get what we're saying, then I'm sorry, but listen back to what I just said. You know?
Precisely.
And if you want to have a discussion with me about it, then put in the comments you want to have a discussion with me about it. I'll call you. I'll talk to you about it.
Exactly.
And here's the thing, what people don't... sorry, Chris.
No, that's right, mate.
Here's the thing as well. Even doing this podcast costs money.
Exactly.
Okay? I actually listed off the stuff that we use to do this.
Yeah.
Everything around us has cost money.
Exactly.
And because of the radio work that I do, it's my gear.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's cost me personally to do this.
Exactly.
I had to then get in my car, use my fuel, go to a place to do it, sit down, use the internet, which isn't free. I think it should be, but it isn't. Electricity, which I'm using from you, which isn't free. Everything has a value to it.
Exactly.
And we give it away for free. That doesn't mean we'd give everything away for free.
No, 100% not.
And our content is often supported by ads. But then you'll notice the No Mercy content, for instance, is not supported by ads because it's for a charity.
Exactly.
And to monetize those videos would be morally iffy.
Yeah. But you know what?
That's just about us.
Let's move on to something slightly happier then.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so apparently, according to my notes here, rewiring's a bitch, Martin. Tell us more.
So I've got a surround sound system. You know it.
I do.
It's pretty good, actually.
It's good.
It was given to me for the grand total sum of £0 and 0 pence, right? by our buddy Turkey. He gave it to me because his parents were throwing it out. And I was like, well, sure, I'll have a surround sound system.
Yeah.
Why the devil not? So I got rid of... One of the speakers was broken, so I took that out the loop and put in 2 JBL speakers at the front and kept the back ones. But I've done all custom cable runs, custom length cable runs around my house. Just to do that, it took me 3 hours.
Oh, God.
Because I had to route everything out. What a mess. 3 hours. Custom cable length, though, and it works beautifully. And all the cables, the next time you come around, you will actually notice a difference. You'll be like, wow, where are the cables at? Well, where are the cables at? It was a pain, though.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I just want to say, though, if you're thinking about doing something like that, go on Amazon. You can get Amazon basic speaker wire for like 17 quid for a big long reel.
It's not bad.
It is worth it. It is worth having that custom length.
Yeah.
Because then you can just deal with it. It's amazing.
For sure.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. Just if you think about doing it, spend the time. Bit of cable management, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, we're doing a poor example here. We just got cables.
Yeah, but then again,
but it's temporary.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all going to get back in the bag, and off we go.
Yeah. Then moving on. Obviously, you went to Brighton Pride on Saturday, didn't you? While I was in London.
I did go to Brighton Pride, and I just wanted to say a few things about it. One, I saw Years and Years.
Yes.
Amazing. They were so good. I saw the Pet Shop Boys again. Amazing. So good. Happens that one of my friends, a guy called Ben, was the sound engineer there. So
Hilarious.
I gave him a wave, and he waved back. It was nice to see him, and he sounded great. If you listen to this, Ben, unlikely, it sounded great. It really does sound great. But we also went down the parade as well. When we were going down the parade, let me make this clear right now. It doesn't matter that I am a straight man. Okay. In this context,
you're straight.
I am, and you know, we're both straight white men. We're in the kind of privileged position.
That we are,
right?
Indeed, we are. Yeah.
But I've never been more proud of the human race because I was in a place where, even for that day, for that moment, whether you were straight,
you are a stray.
Whether you were straight, bisexual, asexual, transgender, gay, lesbian, whatever, it didn't matter. You could have been black, white, purple. It doesn't matter. For that day, anything you wanted to be was fine. And I'll tell you something. There were no fights. There was no arguments. There was nothing but love. But that doesn't mean that people aren't dickheads.
No, of course.
And I'll say this to you. I was in the crowd, and people were just like proper barging into Hannah and I. Proper barging into us. Don't do that. It's a day about love. Just be nice.
So, embrace the love.
And it's one of the safest places I've been. And as I said, I've never been prouder of the human race than I was on Saturday down in Brighton.
Mate, that's really, really good. That's so good to hear.
I've never been prouder of this. And I actually started to well up a little bit. I was like, wow, I was a bit pissed as well. But
of course you were.
Of course you were. We all were. But yeah, I've never been prouder of us because we as human beings are capable of love. And you ask me, I know you're the same. You can love whoever you want.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not hurting me.
No.
You're not causing me any problems. I am with you. You do whatever you want to do.
As long as it's not hurting anyone.
Absolutely.
Why get upset? What's the point?
And if you are gay, it is still to me a tragedy in 2017 that people feel like they can't come out.
Yeah.
Because, and also, if someone were to come out to me, if let's hypothetically say, and this isn't true, obviously, let's hypothetically say, Chris, you were gay and you were closeted about it. If you'd say to me, Martin, I'm gay, I'd go, okay. Anyway, what are we doing next week?
Do you fancy beer?
Yeah, that is literally, that would be my response is, okay. Anyway.
Precisely.
Because it doesn't matter to me.
No, that is the way it should be.
People can celebrate it. Of course they can celebrate it.
100%.
Because I had a friend of mine say to me, oh, well, I don't want to go to gay pride because it's not straight pride. And my response is, it's not actually called gay pride anymore. It's called pride. Okay?
Yeah.
And that rainbow flag does not exclude you. If you're straight, pride does not exclude you. It is for everybody. It's for people who are proud to be who they are and have no problem with anyone else being whatever they are. And it was nice. I saw like floats for the NUT, the National Union of Teachers, and you know how much they mean to me.
Oh, yes.
I've seen floats for Nando's, for God's sake, just going like, here we are.
Everyone loves a bit of Nando's.
And we are with you. And that's just so nice. And I know companies kind of do it as a bit of marketing, but like in places like Sainsbury's and Tesco, they were actually walking behind each other, like they were walking 2 to 2, and they were chatting and dancing together. I was like, wow, that's kind of a strange message, but I like it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I've never been more proud of the human race. What I am not proud of is, my goodness, they need to sort out them trains, right? Yeah. Now, it wasn't actually Southwest trains. It was First Great Western, I think. I got a train from Brighton to a place called Wivelsheim.
Right.
I've never heard of Wivelsheim before in my life. Where are you going?
I'm just checking to see what time we're on.
It is stopped. I'll let you know. We're on 37 minutes and 25 seconds.
That's cool. The only reason I'm asking is just because obviously
you can't see it.
And the fact that we've got a lot in the running order.
Don't worry. If we're getting towards the end, I'll let you know. Cool. But I got on this train to a place called Wivelsheim. I have never been on a train that's been more packed in my entire life. I was actually properly wedged up against people.
You were like a sardine.
I was like a sardine. And I had this young lady in front of me who couldn't decide whether she wanted to sit down, stand up. She was obviously a bit claustrophobic.
Yes.
Because she was just really restless. And I was just thinking, for goodness sake, please just stay still. I'm getting battered about and I've got a backpack on and and it was so hot, man. I was sweating. And I know that if I walk too fast, I get a thin layer of sweat. But my goodness. And then we got on this train at Wivelsheim. We went to Clapham Junction.
Oh, right, okay.
And it turns out I'm the bastion of generosity. Can we borrow your phone? Yeah. My phone's out of battery and the number's on her phone. Don't worry, I've got a power bank. Turns out I was the bastion of generosity that day. But yeah, and then I got to Clapham Junction. And oh my God, it was supposed to be 4 trains, but they'd merged 2 trains into one.
Oh God!
And what a mess! The whole of Clapham Junction, which is where most people are changing because of the train thing we talked about earlier. What a mess! But 2 a.m, I eventually got to bed. Woo. And my goodness, man. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it. But next time, we're staying up there in a Travelodge.
For sure.
Screw that.
Hopefully I'll be joining you next time.
Yes, please do.
Which would be really cool. Really, really cool.
Really cool. And everyone was awesome.
It's so refreshing to hear that, honestly.
I've never felt safer at a festival.
Mate, that's the way it should be.
I wasn't having my hands in my pocket. I wasn't checking my wallet. I wasn't checking my keys. Maybe I'm wrong to do that because people are people at the end of the day. But,
well, this is the thing. So, as you said, people are people. But then peeps
gonna peeps.
Yep. Each to their own, but preferably not doing
don't
bad
steal
things.
my stuff if that's all right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, do whatever you want. Just don't steal my
obviously Pride's lovely. I love the fact that we have Pride. I really do.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. But we're gonna move on now because mechanical keyboards. I've heard about these things, but I've don't actually think I've ever seen or used one.
Well, next time you come around my house, you will. So mechanical keyboards work a little bit differently. So they're preferred by gamers. They're more tactile response, and the travel time on the keys is good, and people would just like them. Okay. The difference between a mechanical keyboard and a membrane keyboard is this. With a normal keyboard, you have the keys, a sheet of rubber that's like perforated, and then an actual contact pad on the circuit board. So when you hit the key, it makes contact with the pad, a key press is done. Whereas keyboards in the olden days were not like this.
No.
They were actual individual switches on each key.
Oof.
That's a mechanical keyboard. And I bought one. It's called the Hookman. HC Man. It's Scottish, obviously. Hookman. It was on eBay. Amazon for like 30 quid.
That's not bad.
My goodness. I've been missing out. They're wicked.
Have you?
Honestly, my girlfriend hates it because the typing's so noisy.
Is it?
But here's the thing. You can get different types of switches.
Okay.
You can get like blue ones, red ones, and each colour is obviously different. Like the brown ones like travel more, but are quieter and stuff like that. But I've got one. The typing experience is wonderful. I was wearing noise cancelling headphones, so I couldn't hear a thing. But Frankie was getting really pissed off with me. But yeah, wicked. I just wanted to say mechanical keyboards are great, and I bought a gaming mouse as well.
Oh yeah,
for £10. I'm buying cheap accessories here. Gaming mouse. Oh my god, that's great as well. It feels great. It's got LED lighting, which makes me very happy.
Of course it does.
But we're actually gonna. I came up with this idea. I just sort of floated it with Chris before we started, and he said yes. We are gonna see what the difference is between a gamer who, let's be fair, normally uses a controller.
Yes.
Versus what happens when we put you on a keyboard.
Oh,
so we're gonna like measure a few matches of Overwatch.
Definitely.
To see where you are, what the difference is.
Yeah, man.
Because I'd like to know. Because people say, keyboards, are definitely faster. But what if you're used to a controller? People who go from keyboard to controller always whinge. They're like, I'll use a keyboard controller, my PC Master Race. Let's do that the other way around and see if you suffer using a mouse.
That's not a bad shout.
Because I can use it, but I'm terrible.
Well, do you know what? Speaking just of
playing with the scrubs.
Yeah, playing with the scrubs. Although, do you know what does make me laugh? Honestly, because I was on Twitter, as I sometimes do.
On the twits.
And and obviously we've talked about them before. Funhouse, gaming, YouTube channel that do mostly gaming
Very
stuff.
cool. Yep.
Brilliant people. I think one of their members shared something on Twitter, and this was of Overwatch, which we'll go on to in just a second.
Undersplotch,
Overcrotch.
Summer games are back.
Oh yes, they are. I'm so excited. Have you seen the skin for Mercy?
Yes.
Which
we'll talk about it in a second. But I'm very excited about this.
But I was on Twitter, and they were saying, playing a game of Overwatch on a PC, and we all asked our McCree how he was able to aim so well, and he sent us this picture, and this picture was of a monitor. Someone had obviously picked McCree. But you know what they'd done? They got a magnifying glass and taped it to the screen so it magnifies, so it's a constant zoom. And I was sat there giggling to myself like an idiot because I was like, that's really clever, but it looks really stupid. Because it's just this microphone hanging down from the front of his monitor on the rectal in the centre of the screen.
A magnifying glass?
Yeah, a magnifying glass.
That's hilarious.
And this is the thing. And then I went, okay, let's have a look. So I went and had a little look. And someone had obviously been recording it, and this guy's really good. Like, he's getting every shot. He didn't miss one.
Wow.
In this entire match that he played. It was that's annoying.
There are some monitors actually where you can add crosshairs.
Yeah.
In the middle of the monitor.
Yeah.
So if the game doesn't have a crosshair, you can just put it on the monitor.
Which is really funny.
I think it's cheating.
A little bit. But gaming the system if it's part of the system, it's not cheating. Just saying.
Are those esports rules?
No, they're my rules. That's my truth.
But yeah, sorry, are you carrying on?
No, I was literally about to say. Thing is, obviously we'd spoken about Overwatch, so I suppose we best move on to that, hadn't we?
So yeah, I was playing with the scrubs on the PC.
Oh yes.
Testing out my new upgrade. When the summer games started, I got the Widowmaker skin straight away. That legendary skin that probably no one's going to have, and I got it in the first loot box.
Oh.
Then I went on the PC and got... I went on the PlayStation 4 and got absolutely bugger all. But I just wanted to say that, I just played it. And I was playing with the scrubs, and I was with a controller. and I was kicking ass.
Mate.
Did I tell you about the Player of the Game? Have I mentioned that on this?
Yes, you have, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed. I reckon I'd have got Player of the Game for shizzle.
Yeah, you know, man.
But you've been playing a different type of PC-based
I have.
J4Es.
And do you know what? It's stupid, but it's a great laugh. Kerbal Space Program. Now, anyone who is a PC gamer or a gamer in general will have probably heard of this game.
Yes.
It is hilarious. It is phenomenal. It's so stupid, but it's funny. Because the basic premise of this game is that you are trying to make a rocket that can get into outer space. And the thing is, the great thing about this game is they've built an entire solar system, different planets, moons, everything. And the
like
thing
No Man's Sky, but better.
Oh yeah, 100% better than No Man's Sky. And this game came out 2011, something like that.
Wow.
And they're still updating it, still going. I'm loving it.
Nice.
And I was playing on it. I was like, oh, this is really cool, because I managed to make a rocket that barely took off and crashed very, very abruptly. And I thought of a good name, but until I was going to actually mention it tonight, what I named it, but I can't, because I don't want this one to get flagged as well.
Yeah, the channel will get banned, and then we've got a disaster.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what was funny is the fact that I've watched a few videos of people doing it on YouTube and stuff, and some people are so they're ingenious. The ingenuity of some people with games is phenomenal.
I have seen someone make a Boeing 747 in Kerbal Space Program.
What is a Boeing 747?
It's
Martin?
Jumbo Jet.
Jumbo Jet. Well, there you go. That in layman's terms.
Yeah.
But it's just funny, isn't it? I also remember watching Markiplier, who is also a YouTuber.
He has a stunning voice,
doesn't he? He has a phenomenal voice.
A stunning voice.
And
the first video I watched of his was a video called it was the game Don't Shit Your Pants.
Yes, I've seen that video
That's
as well.
funny,
It's hilarious. Man. But he played a bit of Kerbal, and instead of taking it seriously, he decided that what he was going to do is put loads and loads and loads and loads of fuel tanks all together in one bit and attach to underneath it all the engines you could ever want. And do you know what? It failed miserably.
No,
and it just blew up. It was hilarious. But this is the thing. This is the nice thing about these kind of games, is that you don't have to take them seriously.
You don't.
Because there's different modes. Like, I go on Sandbox because I like just playing about.
That's what I do on
I just like
Minecraft.
messing about.
I can just go on creative
Exactly.
mode. I like messing around with it.
And then obviously they've got career and everything. They've got other challenges and stuff, and it's really, really good game. So if you can pick it up, I suggest you should.
Cool. We ought to very quickly move on to the Fire 7 because we've got about 13 minutes left or so.
Okay.
So I got an Amazon Fire 7, which we've seen the unboxing of. It's on the channel.
You've brought it up on the podcast before as well.
I have, and I managed to, because Amazon lock it down.
Yes.
Like, there's no Google Play Store, even though it's running Android. So what did this kid do? Put the Google Play Store on
I thought you might have done.
Which means I have access to all these Android apps. And I tell you, if you do that, this thing is genuinely useful.
Yeah?
If you don't do that, it's like it's grandma's tablet.
Oh, okay.
Whereas if you do it, it becomes a usable tablet. Especially when I picked it up from Prime Day for like 30 quid. Like,
that's not bad.
I can't be upset about that. You can't be upset about that.
No, you really can't.
Good tablet once you install the Play Store, and it's not even difficult to do. But yeah, so I sort of was abusing the system. But
just a little bit.
If you've got one of these things and you're not worried about voiding your warranty, which I'm not because it's 30 quid, boo-hoo, if I break it, I just go, do that. Yeah. Do it. Well, just sideload the Google Play Store. You can just Google it. I'm not going to tell you how to be a pirate. Well, you're not really being a pirate. You're not doing anything.
No.
You're probably breaking the EULA. But you're not like downloading anything you're not allowed to download. You're not breaking the law. You're not being a pirate. You're just breaking a couple of EULAs. And at the end of the day, it's your device. So I guess the law's a bit fuzzy on that.
It's not like you're going to be selling it on, is it?
If you do, I guess it's a selling point, I
suppose. But that's the thing I've always wanted to install on my tablet, which I've actually got in front of me at the moment, a soundboard. Because there are some really funny things out there that I'm just like, that's really funny. I wish I had a button I could press to make that sound.
I use a program on Windows called the Mikias Jingle Player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been using it for years. And we went to use it for No Mercy, but we had like clips of iDubbbz and stuff.
Yes.
So we couldn't use it.
But do you know what? Let's move on to some of the stories of the week.
Yes.
Which is, do you know what? I always love this bit of the podcast because
we normally get them from the Metro.
Yeah, exactly. And the Metro just makes me laugh.
Now, this week, Chris is going to read the story off the
I
Metro
am.
because I can't.
Yes, I'm going to abuse this a little bit because I enjoy it. I enjoy
You
it.
have the power today.
I do have the power. I have the power.
The power of Grayskull.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's just quickly. He-Man, favourite character, Skeletor, every single time.
There's going to be a film.
Oh, I really hope there is.
Give it time. They've done Power Rangers. They've done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
There'll be a Skeletor film. There'll be a
Skeletor
He-Man film.
Just a Skeletor film.
Yeah. What am I doing today?
Yeah. But yeah, let's crack on then. Metro, on the Metro website.
Normally,
it'll be linked on the video.
Yeah, on the description. Yeah.
EasyJet to release 10-hour jet noises album to help people sleep. Have you ever been struggling?
It can't be any worse than the last Justin Bieber album.
Have you ever been struggling to sleep and wish that you had an AirPlay sounds to help you drift off? Probably not, but that hasn't stopped EasyJet releasing an album it hopes will help people do exactly that. Jet Sounds, a 10-hour album of the continuous drone of airplane engines, will be available to download tomorrow in either single or album format. And if you had any doubts of its capability to send you to sleep, EasyJet consulted with a sleep expert to help them put the songs together. Dr. Sandra L. Wheatley said the songs captured the perfect tones to aid
We're
sleep.
gonna have to listen to this because I haven't actually listened to them.
We are. Well, obviously, it'll be in the link as well, and so other people can listen. But she said the soft, repetitive ambient drone of white noise can drown out sounds, gently settle the brain, and aid the onset of sleep.
Nice.
There is also strong evidence that it can dampen out disruptive noises that can disturb our slumber. The low throb of a powerful jet engine.
Can you read that sexier, please, Chris?
The lower throb of a powerful jet engine is ideal for this.
That's not what I had in mind.
Was it not? Because we made eye contact and I felt aroused.
I enjoyed that.
The song is available to download as a single for just 79p and an album for $7.99 from iTunes, Amazon,
Spotify,
and Google Play, with all proceeds going to the Children's Sleep Charity, which is lovely.
Good. That's
which
good.
is really, really nice. I'm glad that they're putting it towards something worthwhile.
I've got to say, I like EasyJet.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they're great. I do, because they got better legroom than airlines that you'd expect to know better.
Well, yeah.
Even Ryanair are actually all right. I've never had a problem with them.
I haven't been on a plane since before 2010, so I wouldn't know.
Where'd you go? Where's your last flight?
Japan.
That's a good one, though.
Oh, yeah, but it was with Virgin, and the food made me very ill.
Virgin? Did they fly out there back then?
Yeah.
Which way did you go round?
We just went straight there.
Really?
Yeah, 12-hour flight from Heathrow straight over to Japan. Tokyo.
Because I did with Cathay Pacific, and they were great, actually. I must be honest.
Oh, that's good.
I did Heathrow, Hong Kong, Tokyo.
Eek.
And then on the way back, I did Bali, Denpasar,
Eek.
Hong Kong, Heathrow. The way back is much more depressing.
I'm sure it is. But let's move on from... Although, actually, just before we do, EasyJet, wasn't there used to be a program following...
Airline.
The airline, yeah.
And it was mostly done at Luton and Liverpool.
Yeah, and was it was EasyJet that used to follow around quite a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just EasyJet.
Or was it just EasyJet?
Yeah,
okay.
I used to love that show.
I used to love that show as well.
I used to love
sit there going, hey.
Because they did a version, the BBC did one that was like more like up-class competitor, which was called Airport. And I remember really liking that as well.
I didn't like that one so much. Do you know why?
Why?
Just felt like it took itself too seriously half the time.
Also, you had the wonderful voiceover of John Nettles.
Oh yes, what a man!
And the airline, that's just amazing. And what happened to those shows? Why aren't we interested in that anymore?
I don't. Do you know why?
Because I'm interested. I want to know.
Do you know? I think that's the thing, mate. I think a lot of the time, it's majority wins, and obviously, if the majority aren't interested, then like for me.
But that's what the BBC's for.
Yeah, well, precisely. Yeah, but the thing is, mate. I mean, look at us. I can pretty much safely guarantee that neither of us particularly like reality TV.
The Kardashians, for instance.
Like Kardashians, Big Brother, whatever.
If you put the Kardashians in front of me on pictures, I couldn't name them, except one.
To be honest, I'm the same. Like Celebrity Big Brother, I have no interest in it. I watched it for the first time ever the other night. And I when something happens and you just sat there and your brain melts out your ear a little bit and drips onto your shirt and you have to wash your shirt because you've got brain drip on you.
I've actually met a Celebrity Big Brother contestant from a few years ago.
I do.
And I had no idea who this person was. I won't go further than that.
No,
but
that's not.
I met this person and I was like, oh, right. I thought this person, and I'm saying this person, I'm not going to specify gender because that might give the game away a little bit. It's really lovely, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
No idea who they were.
Well, you know how you were saying about the BBC?
Which I love dearly.
And very much so. This story also comes from the Metro. Someone got caught watching something fruity in the background of news at 10 last night.
This is how we get flagged. This is how we get flagged.
It is indeed. Someone at the BBC may be a little red-faced this morning after they were caught watching something rather fruity in the background of news at 10. The worker was caught watching a woman's naked breasts. Oh, the shock and horror. While Sophie Raworth presented the news, unaware of what was going on behind her.
I love that because there's a picture and it's like over her it's over her shoulder, right shoulder, isn't it?
And she's completely oblivious. The sticky wicket came about while Raworth was talking about cricket.
Rayworth.
Oh, I do apologise for butchering it.
I know who the newsreaders are.
What was talking about cricket while the woman on the screen behind her removed her bra. It isn't believed the worker was watching porn. Instead, it was thought to have been an action film, the shoot-'em-up type, not action film. Lindsay Robinson wrote on Facebook, "Did anyone else notice the news last night on BBC? Thought I was seeing things, but just rewatched on iPlayer. Nope, I definitely saw what I thought I had."
Here's the thing. If you were to work in an environment like that, which is basically a greenhouse, don't look at anything that might be a bit
risque.
Just
not safe for work.
Do you know what it might have been, actually? They have a lot of monitors that are just on, and they're just watching channels. It's entirely possible that could just be on. The person might not have even been at the desk.
Yeah, it is entirely possible.
So yeah, don't judge. Anyway, that's kind of nearly it.
Do you know what?
This week.
That is it.
So
for us,
you can check out the YouTube channel.
Definitely.
Episode 6. We might rename it and put it back up.
Yeah, we hope so. It'd be nice to, because obviously we don't
call it like censored or something.
Yeah, so we obviously we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to do anything that's
I don't know if it was flagged automatically or by someone. If it is flagged by someone, you know what we'd rather you did? If you're not happy with it, leave us a comment and we'll change it.
Please.
Because at the end of the day, we don't want to get flagged and we don't want to upset you.
No.
It's as simple as that. Like, if you don't like something or you feel like it's inappropriate, leave a comment, we'll change it.
Exactly.
Okay? Because we don't want to be flagged, we don't want to upset you, and also we're pretty eagle-eyed on these things.
Yeah.
If you comment, we'll be paying attention.
Exactly.
To it.
One of us will pick it up.
Yes. This episode will probably be on SoundCloud.
Yes,
on the Apple
hopefully.
Podcast app. And you'll be able to also find us on YouTube. Curious Crow Productions is what you're looking for. Any new videos coming soon? I've not got anything in the pipeline at the moment.
I haven't got anything particular as of yet. However, there might be something coming possibly next week.
Wicked.
That isn't just the podcast.
Yes.
As much as we love it. But speaking of the podcast,
it's
time for you to name the episode, sir.
Keep it clean.
Keep it very clean.
The episode is called Keep It Clean.
Keep it clean?
The episode is called Keep It Clean.
I didn't even need to count down. That was marvellous. You've been thinking about this, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was coming. This episode is called Keep It Clean.
Okay, well, Keep It Clean will be up on YouTube on Thursday.
Yeah, today.
Today.
We're actually recording. It's late.
Is it? It's not Wednesday, is it?
No, it's Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday today.
Okay. I've lost track
late.
of the days.
In fact, it might even go off on Friday instead. Because it's late.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I have actually got to be in bed in 15 minutes because I'm an early shift tomorrow.
Well, yeah.
But as always, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for hosting us this week.
My pleasure, mate.
I'll let you sign off.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, this has been the Curious Crow podcast. Tune in again next week. Thank you very much. I'm Chris Borden.
And I'm Martin William.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.